You are listening to Revive Radio. The views and opinions expressed on Revive Radio does not necessarily reflect ownership, management, and advertisers of Revive Radio.
This is Joanna Jane, the economic change agent. We're buying the block. We're educating our families and our kids with financial literacy, and we're doing it with purpose and with faith. But right now, you're tuning in to Revive Radio Show.
Welcome to Revive. It's about that time. Welcome to Revive. It's about that time. All I need is one mic. You know what time it is. Open up your ears. You know what time it is. Open up your mind. It's about that time. It's your girl P.O.C. Hey! It's your girl P.O.C. Hey! Proof of consciousness. Proof of consciousness. P.O.C. You know what time it is. Open up your ears. You know what time it is. Open up your mind. All I need is it's about that time. Welcome to Revive. Welcome to Revive. Welcome to Revive.
Yep. You already know what time it is, man. It's your girl P.O.C., host of Revive Radio. We are live right now on Revive is Alive, Revive is Alive, ReviveIsAlive.com, man. Turn your radios up. It's a winning Wednesday, man, and you two are winning live here on Revive, because everybody's a winner each and every time you tune into Revive Radio, man. You already know Revive is Alive 365, 24/7 a.m. to the p.m. And today is our 3-year anniversary, man. We made it 3 years, you know what I'm saying, in the game today. Put our 10 toes down solid, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited. Today's just a big day for me, February 5th, 2020. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting and tuning in and, you know, just keeping Revive alive for the next 365, because we're going to year full right now. Shout out to my guy Neems, you know, shout out to Trozy, everybody here at the Parlor right now, you know, supporting us and allowing us to host the show tonight here. Shout out to my guy Neems. Yo, Neems, what's up with you? How you feeling? How you been?
What's cracking?
Yo, what's up? You know, the people missed us.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We've been together since 2019, like early 2019, like what, summer or something like that?
Yeah, it was pouring. It was always raining outside.
And the crazy part is I said that today. I was like, yo, every time we have something at the barbershop, it always rains either the day of, the morning of, or during. It's raining right now? Oh, my gosh.
It's supposed to rain today.
Why is it always raining on us, yo?
I don't know.
What we been doing?
It's good luck.
That's good luck. All right, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that, man. Tell the people who you are, you know what I'm saying, just in case they've been missing you and what you got going on.
Yeah, so my name is Neems. I go by Mindless Neems. My brand's name is Mindless World. That's MNDLESS World. I'm a designer. I'm an artist. I'm a father. I'm a creator.
Shout out
you know
to
what I mean?
father.
Everything. Brand new father. Baby's 2 months old now. But y'all can find me at Mindless_Neems on Instagram. That's MNDLESS_NEEMZ.
How's fatherhood, man? I got to tap into that. How's fatherhood? Talk to everybody out there,
It's a lesson every day.
It's a lesson every day. What that mean?
Life check every day.
So that means don't rush into it or get into it. What you saying?
I say don't rush into it.
Don't rush into
But
it.
if it happens, just be prepared mentally and physically.
Okay.
Because it can be draining both ways. Especially if you don't got your cards right. Like if you're still trying to figure out what career-wise, if you're trying to just figure out what you're doing every day, you know. But having a kid, it's like looking at your son or your daughter, you know, when they cry for hunger, you got to feed them regardless. You can't think about feeding them. You got to feed them. So, like, that's your goals right there. Like,
what's
whatever
the most
goal,
memorable moment you had so far? What happened? You guys spit up on you? A little
he
pee?
pooped on
What
my
happened?
hand. He pooped on my hand. I never had that happen before. Twice.
What, you was changing the diaper?
Yeah.
New to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not new to it, but when I took the diaper off, I thought he was done. And the poop just started flying out.
A little bit more to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
a little bit more.
Yeah. So that was crazy. That was the craziest thing.
No
ever.
doubt, man. How's everything going with the art and everything like that? I seen you had
great.
a project you was working on. You guys recently, shout out to the Paul, you guys recently did the van show as well.
Yeah, that was
Tell
amazing.
us a little bit about that experience.
So the van show, that was crazy. Actually, Trozy had a client come in, and you know they thought we was closed, but he ran after them, and it turns out that dude worked with the Vans pop up that was happening down the street.
Lit.
So he got that plug, and they had a booth that was open that was for somebody else, but we came and took that.
Shout out to the blessings.
You know, it was just crazy how that fit because the shop is inspired by Vans,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
guy
real.
was like, "Yo, like." y'all can showcase there since y'all inspired by Vans. It would just fit perfectly, and it did. You know, we had a lot of people there waiting for haircuts and stuff. We drew a big crowd, and we got noticed by Vans. So
what was the experience? Like, what was the overall experience? What did you guys get to do?
It was surreal because it's a skateboarding company, so it's really like they had a jam sessions going on for the weekend, and
Shout
also
out to the culture.
They had different pop-up shops.
Tierra Wack was there. I went there today. Tierra was there.
Yeah,
Pretty
she killed
cool.
it. She murdered it. But, I was cutting hair while she was performing, so I couldn't see her perform. But, I seen her perform before, coming up in Philly. But it was crazy. We actually spoke to the founder of Vans. He came and checked us out. I wasn't expecting him to be in Philly.
Y'all got some new shoes, size 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
what's up?
we got them coming, I still ain't get mine. I'm jealous.
He gonna try to kick his feet, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to the owner. Shout out to the owner. It be like that sometimes. Definitely.
Yeah. Overall, he's cool. He came and saw the shop. He blessed the shop, so that's cool. We got the big sticker up there on the wall now.
That's big.
So, recognized by Vans now, so that's good. We're just working on the sponsorship now.
That's it right there. And what about the art? Talk to us a little bit about your art that you got going on.
So, I'm like in the process now, finding myself, finding my my style. So I'm just, I figure as a designer, I fell in love with just creating a bunch of different pieces and stuff. So craft is my go-to instead of sitting on a computer, doing, graphics all day. I get my hands dirty or, I get some cuts and bruises or something like that, and I pick up the knife and start cutting into paper. So I want to work on more canvas projects and bigger commission pieces and stuff like that. So that's what I've been focused on right now.
No doubt, no doubt. We got some more people in the building as well. I want you guys to hop on the mic, tell the people what you do. Before we get into this conversation, I definitely want to share the floor and let the people know who in the building. Of course, Mr. Phenomenal is here right now. What's
what
cool,
up,
what
up? How's everyone doing?
What's good, Jerron? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's an honor to be here.
No doubt, man. I'm
always happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate that. I'm always excited every time I see your face. I feel like every week I have seen you thus far in 2020. I feel like I've seen you every week thus far in 2020.
Real, because we making moves.
Yes,
so
man.
The energy is just bouncing back.
No doubt.
So
tell the people what you got going on.
So this Saturday, I'll introduce myself first. My name is Jerron McNeil. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur, empowerment speaker, and author. And I have this event coming up, which is this Saturday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., and it's going to be at Voorhees Township at the Voorhees Town Center, I want to say. It's a mall. What we're doing there is we're having a fundraiser, and the funds and the proceeds are going to youth art programs in South Jersey, and also is pushing towards women empowerment, women movement. And it's really a great event to showcase artists' talents. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have musicians, DJs, food, connections.
What you going to be doing?
I'm going to be in the offers chat.
Okay,
so that starts at 2 p.m.
I was about to say, you're talking about women empowerment. This and that. I'm like, so what are you exactly going to be doing? I just wanted to get it.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing both.
I just wanted to make sure.
But yeah, I'm going to showcase my book too, tell people about what I do, how I tell my story in my book, how I overcome depression, suicidal thoughts, and negative thought patterns and bullying, and how I see myself as an outcast, but I had to focus on what I can do and the value that I have to bring it out to the world.
No doubt. So, and you can catch us both tomorrow. I'm going since you plugging yourself, I'm gonna plug both of us at the same time.
Absolutely.
You can catch us both tomorrow. Venture Cafe, 3675 Market Street. It's going to Blacktivity. It's going to be a black-owned market full of black-owned entrepreneurs and black-owned businesses. And of course, Revive Radio is going to be in the building, live broadcasting. So to make sure you guys stop by, it's free from 3 to 8 p.m. and it's a free happy hour included. Yes, a free happy hour. How can you miss a free happy hour? Yeah, he's a little bit under the age, but I'm gonna go ahead and mention that it's a free happy hour included in this, Blacktivity community place that we're putting together tomorrow. Venture Cafe, once again, 3675 Market Street. Pull up 3 to 8 p.m. We're gonna be broadcasting from 5 to 7 p.m. Jerron gonna be in the building the whole time. He always working.
You gotta keep going. Gotta keep moving.
Always working. Well, we got somebody else on the mic as well. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, check. You live, baby.
Live.
Yes.
All right. Hello?
Yes, you good. Don't matter which mic you in.
You got it. You got that.
I don't have great as an intro as Jerron over here. But my name is Brian Ward. 21-year-old balloon artist here in Philly.
Balloon artist.
Yeah,
Yo,
balloon
that's different.
I will talk more about my story as they go along, but yeah, I own my own business. Owned it for 2 years officially. This October it'll be 3.
Shout out to the 3-year anniversary. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, big.
I'm a So basically, I decorate at a lot of events. I started out like making balloon animals and things like that at kids' parties, but now I'm more of a decorator. So that's pretty much what I do.
That's big, yo. I gotta ask more questions about that. What made you want to get into,
that's what I was like, I was gonna
balloons? Like that's different. And my thought is like, you didn't say you were a clown, which is an amazing thing. You know, most people were like, that's how they get into it because
part of my story. Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit.
So my dad right now is a baker. My mom was an event planner. Like,
awesome.
Years and years ago, they both was doing that, and that's pretty much how I got started. I started getting into balloons when I was 14. I was just trying to make some money, to be honest with you. And I asked my dad, like, yo, what you think I should do to start making some money? And he was saying, do something that involved the family business and whatnot. So that's the first thing he suggested. He was like, you should be a clown. But me, from where I'm from, I'm like, I'm not about to be no clown. Like, there's no way.
Yes.
Right.
So, but he was looking at it like, nah, don't look at it, for what it is. You talking about you want to make some money.
Facts.
Do this right here. So I was like, all right. He broke it down to me. He was like, clowns, basically, they do balloons, they do face painting, and they do magic tricks. I didn't want to do none of that, so I stuck with the balloons, and I just been running with it ever since. So
that's big.
As I got older, I turned it into an official business, and that's how I make my money. So
let's go.
So when you say balloon art, so that's like making the dogs,
hats, swords, flowers. That's like stuff like that for the kids.
So how do you get into, you know what I'm saying, how do you get into the role of,
like, how do you?
Yeah, because you like, it's not like you going out and you dressing up and you getting into it like a clown. Like, how do you get into it?
I mean, you know how it is, like coming up out of Philly. So for me, let me turn it off. For me, I was like, I'm not throwing on no costume. I'm not doing none of that. I just wanted to like put my own twist to it and just keep it cool and be myself, because I'm really like a laid back person. So I'm like, I'm not about to be vibrant. That's not really who I am. I'm more so laid back. So I'm like, I'm a show up wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants or whatever I want to wear, whatever make me comfortable.
So you gotta
I just do what I do.
So do you do any kind of entertainment other than
I don't necessarily like entertain. I just make the stuff.
I'm with it, and I love that. I love how you turned it into a business, and now it's called, you're decorating. What do you do? What
it's called? Like my official company is called the Baby Bear brand.
Awesome.
So
is that considered interior decorating, party planning? Like, what does that fall under?
So it could be event planning.
Okay.
It could be entertainment. It's both, because I'm decorating and I'm doing things.
And it's a need for this.
Yeah, all the time.
That's big.
I haven't worked at a normal job in almost 3 years now, so
talk heavy. Talk heavy.
You said you entertain, so are you like doing like tricks and stuff, or like what?
I just make the balloons. That's it. Right. I mean, the kids entertain afterwards. I guess based on the stuff that I make, but like I said, I more so decorate. So I do a lot of like things during prom season, weddings, baby showers, things like that, first birthday parties. I make arches, columns, centerpieces, all of that type of stuff.
All right, I'm with it. That's definitely different, yo. That's shocking. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Shout out to creative.
He said he just pull up with just regular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then that's what's blowing me away. I'm like, how does this work? But I can tell it works though.
I just wanted to make it cool. Like, for me, I just wanted to make it cool. It's crazy because as I talk closer to it, I can hear it. I can hear the echo.
Because it's funny, like, how does kids cling to you?
How are they receptive? Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because, like, you would think from an adult standpoint that you need a costume or you need this colorful suit,
that's
things
true.
Like that. But when they see the balloons, that's all they looking at. They're not looking at me and what I got going on. They don't care about none of that. They just want that balloon sword or that dog.
So how fast can you make? I was about to say, how fast can you make a dog? How fast can you make a flower? Like,
that type of
have you beat a record yet?
It's fast. I don't look at things like statistics or anything like that. I work fast though, really fast. Really fast.
And it's for inventory. It's simple, huh?
Yeah. I keep a lot of stuff though. I got like bins stacked up, thousands and thousands of balloons. I try to keep my
shout out to the family owned business as well, man. What's your family owned business? Why you shouting them out?
It's the Ward Group. That's our last name.
Are y'all on social media?
What's going on? Yeah. So my dad under Be the Bigger. It's BEE, the Bigger.
Shout out to these black owned businesses. So that's 3 businesses under one roof.
Yeah, under one roof.
That's big.
That's how we moving. Straight out of North Philly.
That's what's up. And we got somebody else on the mic as well. Go ahead and tell us what you do.
I'm Captured by Rhea. I do photography, videography. I'm an illustrator now. I got like 2 published books.
Yes.
I'm hype about that. Like
2 books,
2
man.
books,
2
and I'm
books.
working on the 3rd, so
That's
I'm
dope.
really hype about that.
What's the name of the books, man? I can't let you slip
The
by that.
name of the book is Youth Entrepreneur by Stephen Shears, the ultimate guide for entrepreneurship. And then the second one is called 21 Days of Life, Volume 2, A Family That Prays Together by Musin Thornton. Mr. 21. What is it? Mr. 21 Days.
And you're the illustrator, right?
Yeah, I'm the illustrator for
It's
it.
super
He's the
dope.
author.
That's
So-
nice.
And it's black characters, too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a lot of
that's dope.
representation.
Facts, you have to.
A lot of representation.
So it all started with photography and like illustrating is blowing my mind. So just
And just we were actually talking about this last week, and because like she said, she does photography, so she was shooting with us, and we were talking about it, just the overall experience of like somebody noticing your name in a book. Like I wanted you to talk about that experience as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I work for SEPTA, so I'm at work, I'm getting off my bus, and one of my coworkers, he's like, "Yo, you illustrated a book?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I didn't know what she was talking about. Like I didn't think anybody there would have it.
Right.
But she was like, "Sign my book." And I'm like, "What? Sign what book?" So she showed me and was like, "This your name, right?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," I was so happy. Like, yeah, that's
crazy.
lit. I was so happy just to see it. Like,
Yeah. That's
I
dope.
never imagined that.
And how long ago was this?
She came up to me probably like 2 weeks ago or a week
Oh,
ago.
wow. That's crazy.
And drawing has just been like a doodling thing for me. I never like seen myself like illustrating or actually publishing anything.
Right.
So when somebody asked me and I did it, I was just like blown away once I seen the cover or it printed.
It's a thing now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I feel truly, like today, like it being 3 years, like I'm still like mind blown, like, yo, this is something that I said I was going to do and I'm still doing it, and to see where I'm at. And at first, especially as, you're in your own journey, you're in your own dreams, you don't even see what you're actually doing until people tell you, and you sit down, you're like, nah, I ain't even do that yet. I got so much more to do. And then you start looking at stuff and pictures and videos. You're like, dang, I did. That was, so it definitely feels good. That's why I definitely wanted you to have that time to tell that story, because not a lot of people understand that it takes time in order to get those achievements or those success moments, and don't give up when the first person doesn't, acknowledge you, because it's going to come eventually.
Yeah. I reference everything back to God. So
that's big.
Like it's just amazing how he continues to blow my mind, like with everything. I don't even think this is it. Like,
so much more.
So I just just keep doing what I'm doing, and then like it's more to come.
No, so let me ask you guys this, right? So we're now in February. Today's February 5th, and we just went past the first 31 days, of 2020,
so crazy
and January is gone. And for me,
Crazy
I
too.
felt like January was super long, and a lot of people was like January was fast, but I thought January it was long
like
for me. It wasn't. It
I
was
working.
I feel
and
like
that's why I felt like it was long. I felt like I had something every week. I feel like I was doing something every day
I feel
of
like
the month.
yesterday I was just saying it was New Year's Day.
Really?
Yes.
Like
Yes,
flies. It feel like it
wrapping
was
Christmas
just,
gifts.
Yeah.
Like,
So what would you say? What would you attest to, for the first 31 days?
Like how was it?
For yourself.
In my personal life, it's been a lot going on. So behind, the business scene, it's, like I said, it's just been a lot going on. So that's one story. But as far as business, I have like a different approach than last year. This year I'm just trying to learn a lot more versus just trying to be always busy, just more so focusing on productiveness than actually just staying constantly busy.
No doubt.
So I'm just trying to learn more, whether it's reading or whether it's just being around other people, whatever.
Did you feel pressure? You know what I mean? That we're in 2020, it's January, we just getting off, the new year, the holiday season, and you got to kick in full gear come the first of the year or the top of the year. Like, did you feel any pressure?
No pressure, because I know my goals, I know my plan. I'm walking my own journey. I'm not worrying about what nobody else got going on. I know how long it's going to take for me to achieve everything I want to achieve. So I got certain goals that I want to accomplish, and I know how long it's going to take. I'm
So
just
by
being
it
patient.
flying by, was you able to achieve it? By you saying it was fast for you?
My plan isn't like in a 1 year thing. I'm in it for the long run, so
Okay,
I know it's life.
And
Things
Mr.
take
Phenomenal,
time.
what about yourself? What would you say about the first 31? Was it fast? Did it go by fast for you? Was it slow? Was it an accomplishment? Like, what happened?
Whoa, let me just tell you, God just gave me so much more than I'm already booking events and working with different organizations for like this year coming. Like, it's so much more that's being on my plate and I realized my mother even told me this too. Like, she was saying how God told her a vision, like, you gonna soar. And like, I've been getting all these signs, like, I just need to, because sometimes it gets overwhelming when you're doing a lot. But I'm getting these signs where I need to just be tougher about what I'm doing and what everything's coming to my life. I can't see it as like a bad thing. I have to see it like this is good for me because it's going to build me strength. Mm-hmm. It's going to build me through the dirt. It's going to blossom me in life. So, and I just been like going to different seminars and everything. Like, so it's definitely been really productive.
And you took that social media break too. I think that also boosted your January by getting off of social media.
And it has been. I've been feeling more happier because the reason I love doing motivational videos every single day, but I already do that outside of life. So I realized that what I'm doing now is enough. And when I'm come back to social media, I'm gonna just bring back more to it. So when I take myself outside of social media, I took myself outside of social media because I had to not worry about what everyone else is doing, but I had to focus a lot on what I'm doing with my life. Exactly. And how when I come back, I'm gonna come back 10 times stronger with my life.
That's real. That's real. And and the crazy part is we were just talking about this last week. Oh, if you let him go, he gonna go. Trust me.
I know.
We were just talking about this last week, and I was like, it's hard to as an entrepreneur to get away from the social apps or the social engagements, because that's how you stay engaged, or that's how you keep your I wouldn't say your demographics, but your target market. You keep them, your supporters. You keep them locked in based on
fans.
Me neither. I don't even like that word.
Support me.
Exactly. So you keep them locked in, by making sure that you're being consistent with contacts and different. Content, especially as a content creator myself, is impossible. I don't want to say it's impossible because nothing's impossible, but it's really hard to step away, and that's why I applaud you, and that's why I keep bringing it up, because it's needed. It's definitely needed. It's definitely needed.
I was in that position before where I felt like I had to post all the time, or I had to be on social media all the time. But I grew to a point. I went through my own experience, but I grew to a point where I'm really trying to be on some real close human interaction stuff where I want to really meet the people. So I be in the street heavy. I don't just be on social media all day trying to post and get your followers up. I'm not worrying about none of that. I'm trying to grow my business out here in the street.
And that's how, and honestly, that's how most millionaires became millionaires, honestly, because they was in the streets. Like, if you listen to Master P, I'm like a real big, not fan, but a huge supporter of Master P, like when it comes down to just his business mindset and his mottos when it comes to business. And that's what he did. He put his ears to the street. He put his boots on the ground, you know what I mean? Right. And he made sure that he tapped in with the people, and that's how he was able to get the people to truly support him. Exactly. So I definitely agree with you on that. But sometimes it's like approaching people in that way. It's also like, they want to check your numbers. You know what I mean? They want to check how many people, you do actually engage with on these social sites. So even if you confront them in a face-to-face, they still want to be like, all right, cool, but what's your Instagram? I'm like, I'm standing right here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Who follow you?
Facts.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt. Jerron.
Yeah, I get that.
It's for me, as far as January is gone, It like flew by. Like, I didn't really, like, I tried to slow down. Like, I feel like my job demands a lot from me. My 9 to 5 secondary. That's my secondary. The one where my health care comes from. I feel like it demands a lot from me. So I need to take that time to slow down so I can create more. I feel like it's a hindrance to me a little bit because I can't like tap in creatively, but I'm being pulled to do jobs, and I'm really thankful for that. I don't want it to slow up, but it's just like I want to do what I want to do. I want to create for myself, like not so much for people.
I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I about to say I get that too.
Because before it was like a wave to be an entrepreneur. It was like a way of life for me. Like I said, I've been in it since I was like a little kid, like 8 or 9 years old. This is what I saw every day of my life, all the way up to now. So I'm learning as I'm getting older, like self-care and taking care of yourself, period. Taking time to detach from social media and disconnect and be in like real life and to live in the moment. Take care of yourself. Go to the spa. Get your hair done. All that type of stuff.
Okay, spa
it's
money.
Important,
you know what I'm saying? We gotta get in the balloon world. My man talk about the spa money. You know what I'm saying?
Get you a massage.
Not many entrepreneurs can talk about the spa.
I'm telling you, it's important. Self-care, just taking time to disconnect and connect back with yourself. It's really important. So sometimes just not being so busy is okay. It's perfectly fine.
And don't confuse yourself with being busy. You know what I mean? A lot of people confuse themselves with being
productive. Two different things.
Exactly. What was you going to say, News?
I was going to say my January, I didn't even feel like I had a January because, when you have a kid, every day is on go.
Facts.
So, like, working 2 jobs too, being in the shop, working at the school. I started the school from like 9:30 to 2:30. And then right after that, come to the shop. And then I don't get home until the same time I left. You know what I mean? And then I got to raise my kid and see if my girl cool and then make sure the house straight and all that. And I'm just trying to relax my body.
Sound like a grown man, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
The last time I met you, you weren't talking about that. I mean, last time I seen you, weren't talking about all this.
Yeah, like it's just a lot of priorities now. So it really makes me feel like when it's something I want to do, like I got to make sure I do it.
Facts.
And it's like, energy is a thing. It's like not even time. It's energy. Do I have the energy to put into this? Do I want to invest my energy into this? Because my ROI is the energy I'm getting back and where it's going. So I made sure I put, where do I see myself as an artist and what do I want my son watching me doing? And that's me sitting down working on a canvas or something like that, even though he was a month at the time or 2 months, you know what I mean? Like, he going to grow up to know that, he see me coming home creating all the time.
Doubt.
So it really, my mindset was just put into into the system of like every day, make sure that I'm doing exactly what I want to do and not what I need to do or what I should have done. Is like, what do I want to do right now? You feel me? Because I still got to take care of my son.
Facts.
So every day like flies by for me. You know what I mean?
And that's what I was actually going to say to him just by him mentioning self-care. And that's why I feel like January was so long for me. It's because I worked the entire January. I did not take that time to be like, yo, I need a break. This past weekend was the first weekend where I had 24 hours, and that was Sunday. And I like, my mom called me, it was like 10:30, and she was like, what you doing? I was like, yo, I'm still in bed. I'm going to call you back. And I was just overall excited to say that I slept in. It's been a very long time. So, you know what I mean? I definitely agree with you. So my intent is for the month of March. I can't say right now for February. My intent is for the month of March is to put that time in.
How do you feel about that, though? Like, to always be on go? Like, because say if it slows down, then what do you feel? Like, how would you feel about that?
Yo, and I've been there, and I've been there. You was with me. I ruptured my Achilles. You know what I mean? So I had no time but to chill. I had to sit down. So when I had my injury, then the surgery, that was nothing but time to sit down. And I actually rushed that. I talk about this all the time that I actually rushed that, just because I wanted to get back. One thing, about, having a business, that you have to have a business motto and a business mission. And part of our mission is to stay alive 365, 24/7, a.m. to the p.m. So I can't be down and not keep Revive alive all at the same time. So that's literally my thing. So I'm working on that, yo. I'm working on that as an entrepreneur, because I actually was listening to a video today about how you burn out as entrepreneurs. So I'm working on that, because I don't want to burn out. I don't, but I definitely understand.
Yeah, I speaking of burnout, I'll be walking on thin ice when it comes to burning out every day. So that's why I say you got to focus on what you want to do, even if it's not going to make you some money. It's like, Kobe just passed away, you know what I'm saying? And he was doing what he wanted to do, take his daughter to a ball game. So
where he was coaching.
Where he was coaching, anything can happen. I think about it every day. Me driving home, like, yo, I gotta go see my fam, as I'm driving home. So what did I do today? Was it great? Was it good? How did I feel today?
Yeah.
You know what
Did
I'm
I
saying?
have fun today?
Yeah, and I cancel all that out when I look at my son's face. Not even just about entrepreneurship and even just about businesses and making money and all that. It's like, make sure you're doing what you love to do,
Come on.
Facts.
regardless if you're making money or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
You know what
definitely
mean?
agree with
and
you guys.
then once you figure out how to turn it into profits and stuff like that, that's like small things and lessons you can learn that just comes to you and based off of how you put it out. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So that's what it is. That's what it's about.
No doubt, no doubt.
I gotta get on that love. I gotta get on that love topic too, because if what I've been realizing when I've been taking a break too, even from social media, I even been connecting to reflect on how much love am I giving to other people as far as building my relationships more, talking to people, calling them more, see how they're doing. I even have to just contact people on my old phone because I got a new phone recently, so I still have to get
that
my
book
contacts
money. Everybody
together.
getting money around here. You know what I'm saying?
But
getting that book money, okay.
But on a serious note, on a serious note though, it's about it really is about how because like Nim said, we don't know when that day is going to come. We don't know when that day is going to come where it's all over. So we really have to reevaluate on not how we treat people, on how much we loved, on how much we learned, on how we gave our emotion in what we're doing and how we enjoyed each second of it.
No doubt. I definitely agree. We got to go to a quick break, but I'm going to let you get it in. Go ahead.
On the Kobe topic, with the death of Kobe, that just reminded me to take nothing to the grave.
Facts.
Take nothing to the grave. So just go after everything.
We ain't hear that last part, though. You got to repeat what you just said for the people.
Oh, I said on the Kobe topic, that just reminded me to take nothing to the grave and cherish every moment. So it's you want to be on go. Because 40,
See
41, 41,
See
I'm
what I'm
33.
saying? But
I got to get it in.
exactly.
33. I'll be 34 in September.
And she's real. She's serious, yo. She blows my mind every time she says it, yo. You should have. The first time I met her, we was like, what? Yo, shout out to Rhea, though, man. Shout out to Rhea, yo. Shout out to Rhea.
Only y'all can see her.
Yo, and she just dropped 2 books. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, she just dropped 2 books. But you already know what time it is, man. It's your girl, P.O.C., host of Revive Radio. We about to go to a quick break. Right after this quick break, we got more conversation. We were just talking about January, but there's so much happening in February, and we're going to talk about it live on Revive, man. Yes, today is year 3. Yo, Neves, tell them where we at once again.
We at the Art Lair, baby, in 2nd and Brown in Northern Liberties, Philadelphia.
Yes, man. Pull up 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., man. You already know what time it is. It's your girl, P.O.C. Spread the word, spread the message. Shout out to Breezy as well for popping in on us, man. Let's go.
It's your girl P.O.C. Hey. Proof of consciousness. Proof of consciousness. You know what time it is. Open up your ears. You know what time it is. Open up your mind. It's about that time. Welcome to Revive.
Yep, to the yep. You already know what time it is, man. It's your girl P.O.C., host of Revive Radio, man. We are back live on Revive is Alive, ReviveIsAlive.com, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Shout out to everybody who's texting me right now. I definitely appreciate all the love. Yes, man, we made it 3 years in the game. I definitely appreciate the support. Thank you for keeping us alive, man. Speaking of keeping us alive, go to the donate button right now. You know, if you're feeling real generous, and click that donate button to keep us alive for the next 365 days. You can find that donate button on our website at ReviveIsAlive.com. Once you get there, it's going to pop right up at you. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as our newsletter so you can stay locked with everything we got going on. You already know we got so much in store for you guys. So all you got to do is subscribe to the newsletter, and we're going to send you everything that we got going on for the month of February and the month of March. We are locked and loaded, but we got some new, you know what I'm saying, some new faces in the parlor right now, and I'm really excited to definitely be seeing both of these two, you know, in the building with us. Let's go ahead and get them on the mic. Where the mic's at? Let's get them on the mics. Memes, go ahead. Let's get them to introduce themselves real quick.
All right. Name's Ramos.
What's good?
So how y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm all right. We in here. What's going out? You know what I'm saying?
Tell the people who you are and exactly what you do.
Okay. I'm a singer. I'm an artist. Teacher. I teach like drumming and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a performer. I'm out here.
Yes, you got a show coming up on the 14th as well.
Sure do. Urban Art Gallery.
Talk
Check
to me
out.
about it.
It's a show curated by the Artistry Collective. Just the Valentine's Day get together, man. Something smooth for the lovers in the house. You know?
I got to touch on Valentine's Day too, but before we touch on that, I want Breezy to introduce herself. Yo, Breezy, introduce yourself real quick. We gotta get the mic in her hand. Shout out to everybody in the building. We getting the mics around. Everybody got to get it, you know what I'm saying, a little conversation flow going. Tell the people what you do and exactly who you are.
I'm Breezy, Brianna, Bree, whatever floats your boat. I'm a creative, a model, writer, and developing other gifts.
No doubt, man. Shout out to everybody who's supporting and tuning in. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs in the building right now. As you can tell, you know, everybody has their own creative gift and their own creative juices that they're doing. So I definitely want to make sure we highlight that tonight. But, you know, it's February. And when you think of February, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of February?
My birthday.
Your birthday, okay. Happy birthday. What season is this? I don't even know what season this is. Aquarius. Okay, not bad. I'm all about the Aries season. I don't know.
Aquarius.
Okay, shout out to all the Aquarius out there.
Yeah.
All right. Your birthday, I heard Black History Month. What else? Love. Okay. Why you say love? We definitely got to get you on the mic with that. Hold on. You got to get in the mic with that one. Why you say love when you think about February? What's that all about?
Ain't nothing.
And they say black men don't blush.
Black man, he laughing too, right? Why you say love when you think of February?
I might be thinking. I'm not even. No comment.
All right, I'm gonna take that. Anybody else?
My way out of here.
Anybody else?
Honestly, all right. I'm gonna be real. This is a good time to be nice to someone you like, you care about.
Because it's February.
No, not because it's February. I got it later. But because special occasion, especially for Valentine's Day. But you should be nice to anybody who you care about every day, though. But since something coming up, you can do something special for a loved one, maybe a girlfriend, anybody who's close to you.
All right, Valentine's Day, love, Black History Month. We got a birthday, Aquarius season. Anybody else? All right, we're going to take that. So I'm going to run with Black History Month. That's always on my mind when I think about February. So I got a little trivia I'm going to do. We ain't got to do no teams, anything like that. It's just simply a simple trivia to see what y'all know about Black History Month. Y'all going to rock out with me?
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
let's go.
Bet. Y'all rocking? Rhea, you rocking out with me?
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? And if you know the answer, and if you know, you got to remember we are live. So if you know the answer, you can shout it out, but you also got to put it in the mic as well. So remember, we got talking to the mic so the people on the other end can hear our conversation and hear you get these trivia questions wrong. It's like, I'm playing. I'm just playing.
Sharing it out like I ain't gonna be stingy.
All right. So question number one, and this is for whoever got the answer off the top of the dome. Question number one: Arthur Ashe was famous for A, a basketball player, B, a tennis player, or C, a track star? Arthur Ashe. Don't be cheating either, Reed. Thank you, Breezy. Don't be googling.
You right on it.
Arthur
Oh my
Ashe,
God.
a basketball player, a
Oh
tennis
my
player,
God.
or a track star. Okay. Arthur Ashe.
Oh, she knows.
Come on, you gotta talk into the mic for
Arthur
me.
Ashe.
That's his tennis.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding,
She
ding,
gets
ding,
educated.
Yes.
I play.
All right.
I play.
Shout out to Captured by Real. You know what I'm saying? Got that one right. All right. So next one. Garrett A. Morgan is responsible for which two inventions? A, the traffic light and gas mask. B, the traffic light and cars. C, the gas mask and stop signs. Black History Month trivia, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. Let's see where y'all at with it. Everybody's a winner. It's Winning Wednesday. Everybody's a winner no matter what. But I just want to see where y'all at with it. Where y'all at with it? Garrett A. Morgan is responsible for which two inventions? A, the traffic light and gas mask. B, traffic light and cars. C, gas mask and stop sign. All right, somebody give me a good guess. Pass the mic. Get in the guess. Get in there. What you want to say, Breezy?
Is it traffic lights and gas masks?
No. And no, you're right. I apologize. You're right. Oh, no, my bad, Breezy. I didn't mean to play you. I did not mean to play you. No, you are absolutely right. Yes. Garrett A. Morgan is responsible. She's right. Garrett A. Morgan is responsible for the traffic light and gas mask. You are absolutely correct, man. Shout out to the women in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got two right now. All right, let's see what else. Let's see what's next. Jackie Robinson was the first African American to do what? Play Major League Football, play Major League Baseball, hit a home run in a Yankee Stadium.
Wait, what was the name?
Jackie Robinson was the first African American to do what? Play Major League Football, Major League Baseball, or hit a home run in the Yankee Stadium.
Major League Baseball.
Ding, 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 ding. Way to trust your gut. Because you ain't trust your gut, I
was
man.
like, I know he do baseball, but this was a home run of the joint. I don't know.
Way to trust your gut, Breezy. All right, we got like two more. All right, y'all ready? She was the first African American to publish her writing. Phyllis, this is my idol. This is the reason why I threw this in there. Phyllis Wheatley, Ida B. Wells, or Marion Shea. She was the first African American to publish her writings.
The second name, Wells.
Yes, Ida B. Wells. Yes. Ida B. Wells is actually my shero. She was the first African American woman journalist to ever be published. Yes, so shout out to her. She created that media bubble for us as women in media. Definitely. So I just want to throw that out there. That was a tough one. You got it, though. I appreciate that. All right, shout out to Nese. Shout out to Nese. Yes. And you call yourself mindless.
Exactly.
I feel you on that. All right.
Mindless don't think, but I think.
Facts. All right, last question. Who was the last black actress to win the Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress in 2006? And picture I said the last, and it's 2020. In 2006, who was the last black actress to win the Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress in 2006? Whoopi Goldberg, Jennifer Hudson, or Hattie McDill?
Jennifer Hudson?
Ding, ding, ding. Breezy winning, man. Yes, for Dreamgirls. She killing it, yo. Yes. But yes, man. The reason why I wanted to bring that up and just play a little game, because when you think of Black History, people always take it so serious. You know, it's like we gotta dig deeper into it. We gotta, really get into the ancestral about, situation that happened with Black people. We always gotta think about slavery, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. Like, yes, that's a big staple in history. I do not want to take away from that, but I definitely just want to make sure that we can also see that we can shed light on it in a different way in order to teach people about our history as well. And I wanted to ask you guys, just as millennials, like your thought on Black history in today's, world, 2020, today's society. Like, do you still see it being a big thing? Do you see it, fading away in conversations? Do you see it more in conversations? What's your thoughts?
It is a major thing. It is an amazing thing because Black people are proving themselves end on end. Like, every single time. Like, we're on social media now. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, that opened up the floodgates for Black people to have certain opportunities and prove themselves. You know what I mean? They don't need a big media platform besides Instagram or YouTube to get their voices out there and stuff like that. And we can actually show more things like this, what we're doing today, inside, different environments. Like we in Northern Liberties. Black-owned barbershop in the heart of Northern Liberties. If anybody knows what Northern Liberties is, this is the first black-owned business on this strip.
That's big.
You know what I mean? Probably the first black-owned business. I think it was a black guy before us, but point blank, you know what I mean? Like, people are having opportunities, you know what I mean? So we got to celebrate Black History Month every year.
No doubt.
Because it just keeps growing and getting bigger, you know what I mean? We got to point people out.
Not to mention, we're all creating Black history right now, so.
Thank you.
all of us are creating Black history, so that's something that I think of all the time. I know for me, like my dad told me to tap into like your family, like your actual family history. I know in school we learn about a lot of people, but some people don't even know the history of their own family. So I tap into that a lot now, and like I said, outside of that, we creating history every day. Like I'm one of the first black-owned businesses in my family. So first business owner, I'm a male. I'm doing balloons, like so. Yeah, so it's a lot going on, but it's things that we don't think about on a daily basis. You just going with your life and living your life, but it's something that we don't sit back and reflect on all the time.
No doubt.
So it's stuff like I said, I'll be forgetting about it. I just be working. So
anybody else?
It's funny. Yeah, I'm saying you asked about that because I was actually talking to some of the students today about what does Black history mean to them, or February and the whole Black History Month. What does that mean to them? And they really kind of like drew a blank because they didn't understand the necessity for a Black History Month. It was like
it's a question now, though. Like that's a legitimate question.
It's like a pro and a con, because in certain conversations or certain circles they'll be like, yeah, why should we have 1 month just dedicated to us, just 1 month out of the whole year? 1 month out of the whole year. And some would be like, well, it's necessary for us to remember, where we came from, what we're about, what we stand for, what we're tied into, and we need that time to do it. But I look at it two ways. Like you said, because we're making Black history every day and it's more accessible, you got the whole world in your hand right now. It's not just Instagram. You type in any subject and then put Black next to it, you're going to find a whole new world you wasn't expecting. Mm-hmm. So,
I like that you actually threw that curve in there, because that's actually a legitimate question now. And a lot of, folks after us as millennials are actually asking that question, like, why do we have to highlight it in February? Why can't we talk about it in July and it be relevant the same way? And this is something that we have always asked, but we have always followed what society, was telling us and saying it was in February. So we celebrated in February. But then when March came, it was like, it's March now, so what's next? We never really stayed in that. And through my lessons from K through 12, like that's what it was. And so I actually got into college where I had the opportunity of taking, African American studies. And when I took that, my mind was blown. I'm like, yo, it's so much more than Rosa Parks. Like, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So that being a question is legitimate now, for kids to really want to explore and be curious about why do we only have to celebrate it, or why do we only talk about it, in February, and why are we only talking about Martin Luther King in January? Like that's real. But we see him in every city. Every city we in, we got a Martin Luther King Boulevard, Martin Luther King Ave, and Martin Luther King Drive, but we only talk about him one day. So these kids are seeing this and observing this, and they're asking questions. Shout out to the curiosity, yo. It's real.
Another thing, too, to follow up when Ramus and Brian was saying, like, why is it super important and why the youth should know is that Black people are doing a lot of firsts every year, every month, or whatever. Like, Tyler Perry is the first Black man to own his own movie studio and company. You know what I mean? Like, who else did that? And that's Black history, and we don't have history books anymore. Back, in school, the only history that you're learning in school is, like you said before, slavery and oppression and all these things that held us back as Black culture, civil rights movement, hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't just about hip hop. Like, there's so much more that we did. You know what I mean? When you talk about the guy that invented the traffic light in the gas mask, like, that's important stuff.
Facts.
And it was a Black guy. You know what I mean? And look how it was used. Look, it's across the nation. So, like, our DNA is embedded, but we don't get to shine for it. It's taken out of the history book. So Black history is super important because we create that history, and we need that month to dedicate what we doing. You know what I mean? Like, other than just what I just said.
And as a solution to, when it comes down to not just talking about it in February, as a collective, as millennials saying here right now, is there a solution? Is there something we can do other than, just having this conversation right now? Like, what else can we do?
What we doing right now, having these engagements and creating what I call programs and
But
stuff.
what can we do bigger than a conversation? Because, and I don't mean to intertwine these two, but like right now downtown on Market Street, out front of City Hall, people are protesting right now. It's a whole protest going on out front of City Hall. It's about 200 to 300 people out there protesting to get Trump out of office. You know what I mean? And it's like, so, and literally every question that was posed to them is like, so what's the purpose? What's going to happen after this conversation? What's going to happen after this 2-hour protest? So it's like the same question I'm asking, us here as a collective, even asking myself, is like, what do we do after we have these conversations? Because I feel like a lot of us do hold conversations, but no action is ever involved. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what can we do to actually put action or activate ourselves?
So, I mean, everybody's familiar with Killer Mike. And, he had that whole Netflix documentary and stuff like that.
Talking about the food?
Nah, about the new Africa.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the food.
Yeah, he was like surviving off of everything black.
Exactly.
Like,
trying to do it.
Yeah, trying to do it.
And
it
was
was
damn near impossible. Like, he had to sleep on a dang, bench because he didn't want to take the bus. Because the bus company was a white bus company.
Yeah, because he realized that when it came to creators, we are always the innovators or the spearheads for the new things. But when it comes to ownership, we fall behind. So to kind of get into the answer to your question is, again,
more
having ownership, being facilitators, seeing that need and filling it.
But not even just that. You gotta, like what I do, right? We need more black folks in schools. And what I realize is now that I work at a charter school, and it's actually something that they have to meet where it has to be diverse. More schools have to meet the diversity requirements, quote unquote, where you have to have a certain amount of black people, black men, black women. You got to have a certain amount of Asians or whatever, because they put Chinese in schools now and all that stuff. So like education, knowledge, that's where it begins. So I'm educating the youth. I got my man Brian right here. He's 21 balloon artist. Imagine the average 21-year-old back in the day. Black guy, you know what I mean? Like
average. Just look at me at 21.
Exactly.
Imagine
like,
me. I was
people
not near why.
You feel me? Like people would think that we're about to end up dead or in jail because we out here on the streets, but no, he out here making balloons. You know what I mean? Like, just keep the education flowing. Get the youth to understand that, you have a whole bunch of opportunities out here. You just have to seek the knowledge and teach them how to own something and not just wait for handouts.
So let me bring it back to us here in this circle. You know what I mean? Just speaking on diversity and us being in individual lanes, still being creators, still being entrepreneurs, but we're doing it in different lanes. Like Breezy, you're a model, and representation in that lane, in that field, sometimes just diversity in general, that can be a lot. So, when it comes to representing, yourself in your fields, just like you as a performer, I know that can be a lot. When it comes to contracts and different things like that, that could be a language that you may not speak and you're actually learning now. Rhea, you being a photographer, you stand in a photography pit with, look around and don't nobody look like you and they got the big old cameras, that could be something that could be, extremely, I would say, a distraction to where you are. So when it comes down to representation in your field, what are you guys seeing? What do you see, Breezy as a model? What do you see as a entertainer? What are you guys seeing? You too, you definitely, you know what I'm saying? Right. Interior decorating, party planning, all of that.
I was trying to figure out what I was going to say.
Well, what y'all see in your fields,
Within my particular field, being in the city, for one, is phenomenal. Because you see so many types
of artists coming out of Philly.
Artists, exactly. And everybody is inspired by, from what I've seen, like the outcasts of the world. The people who step outside the box and who aren't afraid to be who they are. Right. So I do see a lot more of us and people of color, you know what I'm saying, stepping out in their Afrocentric attire and things like that. But it's necessary to represent what you stand on every day in some way, shape, or form.
Facts.
In some way, shape, or form, someone should be asking the question about what you have on, because it adds more dialogue to the more
more to the conversation that needs to be had.
And for me, I definitely could say it's a blowback sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially for the opposite person, walking in as confident, you know, and sometimes people take it as cocky, but walking in as confident as I do and in these spaces with the same type of access that these big companies have, you know what I mean? Like the other day, well, I wouldn't say the other day, but probably like 2 weeks ago, you know, we were representing Revive Radio at a Fox Sports event. You know, that was big. And for people to see a little nappy head, you know, a natty, not nappy, natty head, you know, dreadlock, you know, coming through, they like, yo, where this little black girl get all this access from? And I'm like, yo, we got the same badge, you know? So to see that, it's really like a blowback. And for me, it was really eye-opening because I'm thinking, you know, as media, regardless, we're going to be together. And that's not typically always the same because everyone wants to report the story first. You know, people want to be able to get that number out first so they can get the credit for, you know, being the first one to tell a story. So I definitely noticed it a lot in my industry as far as representation and how you look can definitely be an effect to what people, you know, say or do.
I was sitting here thinking about like your original question when you was talking about you know what we could do moving forward, you know, after the conversation. I honestly don't know like the right answer.
Shout out to transparency. I
just think that as individuals we should continue having the conversation instead of focusing on an exact solution.
Facts.
Like right away. I think we should just keep continuing having a conversation, and over time it'll organically we'll come up with the solution, or we'll come up with different methods and different things, and we'll keep trying different things. You know, we could all come up with a plan today and then go try it. We could fail, and it might not work out. Then we come back to the drawing board and try something else.
Facts.
And I think we should just keep, like you said, having programs or keep extending the conversation to people.
And being okay with failing. A lot of us are not
being
okay with failing. Because when they fail, they like, yeah, this not for me. I'm done. I quit.
Right.
I'm over it. So
it's okay to start out bad or be mediocre. It's like it's okay.
Nah, it's not okay to be mediocre.
I mean, I'm saying starting out. I'm saying starting out.
Nah, it can't be mediocre,
like,
bruh.
No, I'm just saying starting out.
I was just joking.
Starting out. Just starting out. I read that somewhere. Just starting out. You're not gonna be Kobe the first time you pick up a basketball. Is what I'm saying. You probably not gonna be good your first time, but if you keep going at it, eventually you're gonna come up with a solution. So, I think, like I said, we should start as individuals and go from there. Just
do you see representation in your field though?
Yeah, because I work with the youth a lot, so I try to do my part and play my role. But oh man, it's a lot. It's
okay.
a lot. I just try to do what I do in my respective lane, and then just keep going from there. So I'm stepping into a role model field now. Like I'm working with a school now where like I'm about to be a mentor for the first time. So that's something new for me. So now I'm trying to play my role in society.
That comes with responsibilities too.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to play my role in society right now.
No doubt.
And now I may inspire somebody else, and somebody else might be like, "Yo, he's 21 as a mentor. Maybe I could do that, or maybe I should be better and doing what I'm trying to do." So I'm just trying to motivate in that way, doing it the best way I know how.
No doubt.
Keyword: take over the education system and be mentors and inspirers. You know what I mean? Like Diddy opened up a school, LeBron James opened up a school. That's Black History Month right there. We need to put them on a pedestal too.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like they ain't just ball players and entertainers. You know, like you said, Jalen Rose. Like so, if they can, instead of waiting until we get enough money to invest into the school system, just get your foot in the door. Work at a school or maybe work in some type of education field, learn the business, and create our own education systems.
I gotta get paid, Neems.
You can get paid.
Nah,
like, you can. It's called crowdfunding.
I be watching all these bad kids only getting $7.25 an hour. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I'm playing. I support the youth all the time. I definitely understand, but I do also feel the teachers, the administrators. I do definitely feel them as well. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it a one-sided situation. And I wasn't even trying to change the conversation about money or things like that. But I was just saying,
it's necessary. It's necessary.
That's why a lot of people are not going in that direction. Is because the lack of funds.
No, you're absolutely right. And let me touch on something. Being close to that environment, right? When you start looking at how these different facilities are run, right? A lot of times, and this is a harsh reality, it's still, there's still pushback and and trying to be politically correct. We still black here in America.
Of course.
We're still melanated people here in this.
I wouldn't want to be anything else.
And with that being a reality, we have to also acknowledge the reality that we are not highly favored, even to this day. So there are things that are utilized to keep us in a certain position.
Facts. I agree with you on that.
So it's not always through lack of trying, through lack of funding, rather lack of trying. You know, which is why I agree with my brother Nee so much, is because if you establish yourself in one field and then utilize your resources to create something better than you had to experience, then you don't have to worry about the problem anymore because you already created and invested in the solution.
And I feel you on that. But time is money. And money is time. It equates to each other, you know, in different situations. But at the same time, it's like, yes, we have, and I don't want to say but, because but canceled out everything I said prior to. What I'm trying to say is that, yes, invest. Be a part of the education system. Put your all into it. That's something that I pride myself on, definitely. But at the same time, we cannot forget about the fact that time is money. You know what I mean? And if you're wasting your intellectual property, or you giving your intellectual property, or you're investing your intellectual property into something or someone else, any kind of noun, person, place, or thing, you want to be compensated for that. You want to set up a barter agreement with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Anything. But I don't want to make it about money. You know what I mean? Because money's the root of all evil. You know, money is not the biggest problem. But yeah. Go ahead. Take it away.
I was going to say energy is money. That's what it always started out of. The barter system with the money came through. And then instead of changing bread for a table, you got money for the table. And you can keep your bread. Right. But what I was trying to say is, like, you know, there's people out here that play chess. Like, I took it upon myself to play chess every day so I can get my mind in a state of thinking ahead and, like, making sacrifices. Like, you have to make sacrifices in chess. So if you can sacrifice money to say, yo, this youngin' right here that I just met, I see a lot of potential in him. You feel me? If I can put him in the right position, or if I can introduce him to the right people, I can step to the side and say, yo, I actually did something. So that ROI is actually the happiness and the energy that I got, that I'm actually doing something instead of talking about it all the time or trying to find answers. Like, I actually put him in a position for him to understand, like, yo, there's other opportunities out here. You don't got to do this. All you got to do is just get to learn how to connect to people. And as a black culture, there's a lot of people that feel like, yo, this man right here from this neighborhood, I'm from this neighborhood, I don't trust him just because I don't know what type of shady stuff he might be on. That's what we've been taught to do as a black culture. So we have no education system in a sense. Our only education system becomes the entertainment industry, because we can watch what they're doing on TV and on Instagram and say, oh, damn, I need to do that in order to be successful. But success is really just connect. Like, he is successful. That I reached out to him on Instagram, Brian. I reached out to him on Instagram through my other homie. I told him, yo, we about to do this radio show. Come through because you an important figure. And he came through.
Big. Appreciate you,
I put
Brian.
him in a position. I ain't asked him for a check. I
Thank
told
you,
him straight
Trozy.
up
We
how this was going to
appreciate
run through. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
All right, brother,
Trozy's actually the owner of the shop. You know what I'm saying? Black owner right now. I appreciate you for allowing us to come through tonight. No doubt.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't asking for a check. I didn't say, like, yo, you can talk on this radio show for, like, $50. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't the case. I said, yo, you have something important. I know that you need a platform. Like, we all need a platform. Just come out. And
That's
he did.
big.
This becomes the education system. And
Yo,
because
that's
we
word.
all separate and we all
That's
attack
real.
the industry at different
Real.
angles, we can come together like this and bring our knowledge together, because this is what the philosophers and stuff did back in the BC and the AC or whatever you want to call it. You feel me? Like, our black folks didn't do that. Like, it wasn't, not that they didn't do it, it wasn't painted on big canvases that they did it. You feel what I'm saying? They wasn't the ones that paid for somebody to come out and paint them on a canvas. We got to do that today. You feel me?
If I could just put a pin in there, you know what I mean, and just me, you know, putting a pin in there. Don't come down on me. I'm just for real. I just want to say something, but it's like, I feel what you're saying, but money is power, and money moves a lot of mountains. You know what I mean? So when collectives and cultures get together and put their money in one pot, you actually see stuff shifting. You see things moving. You see things happening. And that's what I'm saying. It's lack of funding as to, you know, us. And the crazy part is we have like a 1.3 trillion spending power, you know what I mean? But it's not a collective. It's not cohesive. We don't have all of that 1.3 trillion in one pot. So when it comes down to creating laws, you know, or creating our school systems or having an opinion about how things should be ran, we don't have a dollar in it, so we not, you know what I'm saying, gonna get none of this pot. So that's pretty much where we're at right now, and that's just the biggest thing.
You
I
just gave the answer right there. Is the trust and being able to crowdfund certain organizations to do these things, because there's people that have. Yeah, you know, it's enough of us that spend money on high-end luxury stuff to show that we have a power.
I was just talking about that. It was a lot of money spent Super Bowl weekend amongst just the hip-hop culture alone, yo.
You feel me? Like,
I mean, millions of dollars spent to party. Yo, and get Ciroc off, yo.
And no offense against Hove, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he put his money behind the, you know, Duce and the gold bottle, but we can also stop investing into that a little bit just to prove to him like, yo, we can do it too, and put our money into these things instead of always feeling like we're in pain and we're struggling and all that.
His brand.
That's what I said. Right, that's what I mean.
No,
that's his brand that he invested in. He's invested.
He owns it.
Right, but that's him still being invested. You feel what I'm saying? That's still an investment. No, it's not. But instead of
we gotta get you on the mic. You got people on the opposite side. They
Leslie,
like what you talking
come
about.
Over here, Leslie. Because you're a black investor too.
Can we pass him the mic, please? Please, we can't, because it's like an echo in the background for the other side.
It's not a bad investment because you got the white man that got his brand, right? Why would we drink that if we can drink Duce?
Regardless, if he's trying to say we're going to drink regardless. Right. Why not drink from, you know, a black man?
I mean, Diddy has Ciroc. Why would we want to drink Amsterdam or something? You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I'm not saying not to invest into that, to do that when you're out partying and do that. I'm just saying not do it so much to the point where you feel like you got to run away from something or prove that you got money or got clout by buying a whole bunch of bottles. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that right there is showcased on social media and stuff like that. Like, that's an outlet for you.
But that's Jay-Z just being a smart entrepreneur, investing in liquor, knowing that
we gonna drink regardless.
Drink no matter what.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the bonus, is what I'm saying. But
and he made it brown.
Exactly.
So you already know what that means.
Not clear.
At the end of the day,
it's going down. Shout out to Pearline B.
It's all about smart investments. Whether it's like, the black empowerment, you know, we got the Caucasian folks and all of that, but it's all like just you got to make smart investments, bro.
This is why
that's how you get ownership. You don't want to be rich, you want to be wealthy.
Yeah.
You want generational wealth.
Indeed.
That's why Jay-Z invests in art pieces that his daughter could just, you know, it with value, you know? You got to invest in the right things.
This is a reality, and which is why I encourage them, like, whatever you do, whatever you field you're in, be the best at it.
Yeah.
You know? You dominate any field that you step into.
To
where you become an asset rather than a liability, right? Then you become successful in that field, but then you double back. You double back and get those who at one time were coming back for you, because you started a journey because someone already showed you that it was possible and it was attainable. You feel me? So now, if we choose to be responsible, it's our responsibility to double back and bring up the next one's that's going to be behind us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying do it now when you like, yo, I still need like $10, bro, for the show. I'm saying along your journey, be the representation. Then when you get to that financial stability or you know, you get to your or what's considered comfort zone or your means, double back and invest.
And that's why in the entertainment business, Hove goes back with Rock Nation. He tries to get a lot of the the artists that you wouldn't really pick up. He tries to get those artists. Like, I don't remember his name, but he got this song right now that's going crazy. I think it's called Orange Soda. I'm not too sure. I
hope it's not called Orange Soda. He owed my man Kel some money if it's called Orange Soda. Yo, my man Kel needs some money if it's called Orange Soda.
Hold on, it might be called Soda or it might be called Orange Soda. I'm not too sure.
But the crazy part is, though, speaking of Jay-Z, while you look this up, I was actually
Baby Keem.
Baby
His
Keem.
name Baby Keem.
I don't know too much
And
about him.
he's a young artist, but he has a song called Orange Soda out right now, and Hove is backing him.
Oh my God, yo! I hope it's not orange soda.
No, the song is called Orange Soda, but it's a good song though. It's a good song.
I just can't get with the title, yo. There's just so much going on.
You've heard it, right?
It's a good song?
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's a good song? Oh, all right, we gotta check it out. Keem, Orange Soda. I gotta get hip, yo.
It's a great song.
It's and I want to actually change the tone of the conversation by you bringing that up, because we was getting a little too serious, but I want to talk about music in general. Just the influence that music has on us right now, 2020. What we're listening to, what we're actually allowing ourselves to digest. When it comes to entertainment and music. And I'm just gonna ask you right now. I'm gonna go around the room. Everybody, what's the song you banging right now? What's that one song you banging right now, Brian?
One song?
The one song you banging right now.
I'm about to go to my Apple Music.
You don't know? Then
The
I
Box.
mean you not.
I know it's the box.
What you banging?
It's the box. I know it's the box.
What
Don't
about
say
you?
It's not the box.
I'm gonna be real with you. I listen to a lot of Roddy. Roddy been my one of my favorite rappers.
Told you it was the box.
So just name that one song. Name that one song.
Since Feed the Streets, but all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and say the box.
All right, the box. Since you got the mic in your hand, what you got?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The box is really it right now.
All right. Next, let's keep it going. What you got, Neves? What you got?
For who again?
What's your one song that you banging right now? That one song
that I'm banging. Ooh, I don't got one song. Actually, you know what? I was listening to Reasonable Doubt today. But I like Jay-Z's July 4th.
That's what you banging? Like
that's what I'm banging.
That's what you
yes,
banging?
July 4th.
You know what?
All
I'm
right.
lying. I've been banging this. He's not even known though.
It's cool. I love
it's
unknown
this song
artists.
called Sandbox by an artist from New York named Apollo Ray.
Okay.
I've been banging that joint like crazy.
Now you got me about. That's something I'm gonna go look up.
What?
I ain't gonna look up no orange soda.
I ain't, no, like it's called Sandbox, and I've really been
I'ma look
bumping
that
his
up.
song for like a while.
All right. What you banging?
Down Bad.
What's that?
Down Bad. That's J. Cole's Dreamville.
Okay.
Dreamville.
All right.
Yeah.
J. Cole,
Down
Dreamville. Well, let's pass the mic around and see what everybody else listens to. What you banging? I know you gotta listen to something, man. Come on. You don't got now one song you listening to? No, I'm listening to I got a gym playlist. What's that one song you? All right, when you first get in the gym, what's that one song?
Oh my God.
Come on, everybody got that one song.
Hold up. Let me see.
All right, Jerron, what you listening to? What you banging?
You heard me talk about him earlier, but he dropped the album Londrell. That's
okay.
my guy.
Shout out to Londrell, man. I
Londrell,
support
you are
Londrell
enough.
myself.
Correction, December 4th. I said July. My fault.
December 4th. Yes, you're right. That's birthday.
Hello, everybody.
Pearline B, what it do? Introduce yourself too, man.
Hi, how y'all doing today?
First
My
time on
name
the
is
mic.
Pearline B. On-air personality too,
Yes.
like my girl Tamir. Hey, girl.
Yes,
P.O.C.
yes.
I'm sorry. Let me
No
do
doubt,
your
you
radio
good, baby.
thing.
You
My
good,
bad.
you
My bad. But one thing, I think the one that I pop in when I'm trying to like really work out and trying to get this situated. It's called There's Nothing I Can't Do by Tedeschi and Lecrae.
Okay.
They're gospel rappers.
I was about to say that sound gospel.
Yeah.
All right.
But it
Shout out to the
doesn't
gospel
sound-
rappers. You know
But
what
what I
I'm
like
saying?
about it, it don't
Genre.
sound like gospel because when I pump it, people like, yo, what's this? And I'm like, Lecrae. They're like, who? Like Tedeschi, who? And then I'm like, nah, but listen to it, and then you never expect it though.
I feel like gospel rap has actually been a thing. It's actually doing the thing. It's doing its thing.
D1, Lecrae, all of them.
No doubt. And Breezy, I ain't gonna let you slip through. What you bumping right now?
All right, so I got a little mix. I do my little indie raid, do
Okay.
my I do, and then I do my ratchet stuff. I really like this one song by this rapper Mulatto.
Okay.
It's called No Panties.
All right, that's what's up. All right, Mulatto. Okay. Way to be transparent. You got people on the other side probably about to look that up. And what's your name?
Heaven Clavier. But,
Nice to meet you, Heaven.
It's nice to meet you too.
No doubt. I heard a lot about you for real.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't all good things because they don't wild. But my one song I've been bumping lately is, Mulatto, but I can't, say it. But On Chill by Wale and Jeremiah.
Okay, that's actually a good one. I said that's a good one too. And we got one person in the back too. I want to definitely get you on the mic. What's up, sir? Welcome in. What's your one song?
How you doing? So my name is Brian Carter.
What's up, Brian? How you
Song
feeling?
I'm
Two Brians in the
bumping is,
building.
Ballin'.
Ballin' by who?
Was it Roddy Ricch?
Okay. All right. Shout out to Roddy. We got three. We got three in here, Rod. Well, nah, he switched it up, so we only got two. We got two, Roddy. All right. I'm gonna go with Tarao by what's his name? Masego, yeah. Like this is his whole album. Like I'm just, it's on repeat. Like I can get a whole proposal done. The song is like 8 minutes long, mind you. So like I can physically get a whole email chain done. Listen to that song. Yes, Masego. I would definitely encourage everybody to it's Tarao. Yeah, Bree, you won't even get one in. What's up?
I'm gonna go flexing and flashing. Like
okay. All right, that's real. And the reason why I wanted to act, we gotta give him the mic. You see what I'm saying? Because on the opposite, it sounds like an echo. It sounds like an echo on the opposite end.
It's this new kid, and it's crazy because Juice WRLD was the one that actually found him.
Oh, rest in peace.
And his name is I think it's the Kid Leroy.
Okay.
And he just dropped a song with Lil Tecca called Diva. It's very good.
Okay, I'm actually check that out. I'm gonna check that out. Definitely gonna check that out.
Little Bibby management.
Definitely gonna check. And the reason why I wanted to just, go around and just see what we were listening to is because I really truly believe that music has a huge influence, on our everyday lives, the things that we do, how you were, talking about, people going on social media and feeling like they are successful all of a sudden because they did something that one of their, favorite rappers or favorite artists have done. So when it comes down to just the influence of it all, like in one word, I'm going to keep this one word thing going. In one word, what would you describe the influence? Like, would you say it's negative, happy, positive? Like, what would you describe the influence?
It's a little bit of everything. It's supposed to be everything because that's
you
life.
got to do it in one word. Come on, man. We got to get this one word going. We got to use our brains.
How do I feel? One word.
How would you sum it up, the influence of music right now in 2020?
I just say powerful.
Powerful. That's big. That's one word. Keep it going. Who else got the mic?
My one word would be emotional.
Emotional. Big.
Because sometimes I'm like happy about it. Sometimes I'm like, come on, you could do more with your power.
I feel you.
Than that. So sometimes it's very emotional. I'm bipolar, so I feel it.
Breeze, you got the mic in your hand. What would you say? One word. How would you describe the influence of music right now?
The influence of music in one word. Impactful.
That's also a big one.
You can't hear me?
What you say?
Oh, impactful.
Impactful, yep. Impactful. Right, Moose?
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
We got two Brians in the room.
I would say detrimental.
That's real big, yo. Shout out to that one. That's big. For real. I'm going to go ahead and spit my one word out. I'm going to say that music is it's traumatic. Like it has a traumatic flow of how it's going right now. It's big. Jerron, your one word?
Connection.
That's real. People do connect. I still connect through music, definitely. Brain Moose? Brian?
I want to say so much more.
We're gonna have a conversation about it, but
maybe
talking to the mic for
the
me.
word that I may use is, if it's proper, systemic.
Systemic, okay.
It's like there's a pattern that's being utilized over and over again. I think that's pretty systemic.
And what would you say, Brian? You the last one. We got another Brian in the back too. What would you say? No, we got you over here. Come on, we got 3 more people. What would you say? One word.
Dangerous.
Swing.
Okay. We got one more behind you. Yo, got a word? Give me one word. Because you got music. You was just naming a whole playlist. So what would you say? You know what I'm saying? Are the different type of music that you just named?
Oh, he said swing.
I said
Swing. We gonna get into it.
To be honest, I can't really do that for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, because one word to describe music is very hard.
All right, well, describe it then. Go ahead and tell me. You're the first person to kick the conversation off. What would you say?
I just say that hard. Yeah, hard.
Hard? Why would you say it's hard, though? Talk to me. Because you look like your playlist is very lengthy.
What you mean?
Like you got a different set of artists inside your playlist. Like you say, you can go.
Said limpy, I thought you meant like
no limpy. Like you go from soca to.
I thought she said limpy.
No.
I thought to say damn.
No, limpy. You could go from soca to you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I
Reggae.
I
can
listen
feel
to
it.
everything.
Yeah. So why would you say hard though?
It's just like. You never know. Like music is like it's a bunch of different emotions. One minute you could be in one mood, the next minute you could be like like she said she had her little ratchet panties off, whatever that's called. I've heard of Mulatto, but I've never listened to none of her music. And then you got like Megan Thee Stallion being all ratchet and crazy. But then you got people
judge
like
the
SZA.
Stallion.
That's all. You mean all about the Janae Aiko. Everythting's different.
Janae was just talking about the same thing though. Janae has her moments as well.
Yeah. But it switches up, does it not?
Well, I don't want to get into
Megan is straight ratchet. Come on.
Are you serious?
That was like Trina.
What
That was like Trina.
Wow.
What song have you heard?
I'm a whole stallion. So
History
What
repeats
song
itself.
have you heard by Megan that was like?
She actually just remade Tupac's B.I.T.C.H. song.
Besides B.I.T.C.H., what other song? Because now she's saying that in her new album she's going to start, talking more about her life.
Yeah, but you got to understand that
Music is just the point I'm just trying to get across is that music is a bunch of different. Like you never know what
you sound like a Jermaine Dupri when you made that Megan Thee Stallion statement.
You never know what you're going to get from an artist.
I'm
gonna be honest. You never know what you're going to get because an artist can go into a booth one day and feel like I'm about to do some pain shit, and another day they could go in and be like, I'm about to give you some.
And that's why my word was
soulful,
traumatic, and that's why I feel like it's a really a traumatic flow of how we were receiving the music. At one point, it's all trap, you know what I mean? Trapped in the bando. The next thing you know, it's sleepy music. I'm off 20 pills in the perk.
Did you expect Lil Baby to do that Queen and Slim track?
Nah, I did not.
Exactly, right there.
So it's like it's definitely extremely traumatic as how we're receiving these frequencies when it comes to music. But go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, I was about to say, earlier I was speaking to my client today and I was telling him, I'm like, yo, take the beat off of a lot of music today. And it's like, damn, it's depressing. Like, yo, you went through a lot of stuff, boy. Like, you was in the trap shooting at somebody. Like, even Roddy Ricch, I'm like, yo, you was robbing the robbers. Like, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely not, you know what I mean? He said it's not normal. It's definitely not normal at his age, but in our culture, it's normal. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's very moody, I'd say. That's like one word,
Going into systemic.
I'm with it. Go into it.
You notice that, like, when you listen to the radio nowadays, it's the same few songs that get played over and over again. Now, I'm not sure if that's due to, like financing, like people budgeting and paying different stations to play their music and stuff like that, because I've heard of things like that.
Definitely.
Right? But you think about how many artists there are, not even globally, just in this country alone. And you hear the same maybe 25 at most, 25, 30 artists.
Because of syndicated radio.
Because no, I'm being very generous. Because mind you, this is between old school music when they say, okay, we're gonna go take it back for the old school, the old head, the smooth jams and stuff, to the new music. Listen, if I hear Before I Let You Go one more time,
facts.
Like I love you, but
yo, and the crazy part is, I literally said I was at a concert and they played that Before I Let You Go, and I honestly was like, Beyonce ruined it. Like, she really ruined it. And it's like the song Before I Let You Go is great that she recreated, but because of that, they had to play out the old version so much just to balance it out. And I'm like, when the old version used to come on, it used to be like, oh, here it go again. You know what I'm saying? It's finally happening, but now it's just over. You hear it in the club, you hear it in the car, you hear it at the bar. It's like this song is not even like a Frankly Beverly and Mays hit no more because they wore it out because of Beyonce.
And this is but check this out, right? For today,
we gotta get y'all on the mic, y'all. What was you about to say?
Because he said that Beyonce shouldn't touch like the oldies. But if you listen to Beyonce music and listen to some music from something else, like a whole different era, then she touches everything.
Because
like,
she's gonna get the permission. She Beyonce, you know what I mean? Because you got to understand that music is a business. So if let's just say I'm Gladys Knight and Beyonce hits me up and like, yo, I want to use this sample as Gladys Knight, I'm like, this Beyonce. I'm gonna let her use this sample because my royalties are gonna come back 10 times. You know what I'm saying? Than when it was just sitting there. Because ain't nobody bumping Gladys. No offense, Gladys. We know you. You know what I'm saying? You where you at? You know what I'm saying? You queen. But I'm just saying nobody bumping Gladys Knight. They gonna bump Beyonce. So running that sample, my royalties is going right back up. Like everybody on Disney Plus right now. Nobody was watching Disney, but now that you got Disney Plus, everybody from Disney back in the day is getting paid because of the royalties from Disney Plus, and they running it back up. So I definitely will give you a sample, no matter what. It's a business.
That's what I was saying. I was like, basically, he could have shut that down. The creators of the original could have shut it down and said, no, you're not using it. But they decided to let her use it. So at the end of the day, they own the original. Who's owned the masters could say, no, Beyonce, you're not doing it.
That's true.
I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to touch it. But they allowed her to do it because she is who she is. I get it. So if Beyonce say my name and I'm selling a shirt, I'm about to get millions of orders just by her putting her on an Insta story. I don't even need a post. Just give me Insta stories, and I take that. But it's like that's what they did because you own your rights, and that's why I think it's also so important to know your rights as an artist before you do anything. I'm very private about. I do air, but I do also music too. I'm very particular. I don't like nobody touching my phone. I don't like nobody being in the sessions with me because then people bite off of you, and then you're going to have to prove later that no, that was me first originally. So forget that. My circle is small.
I feel you. But before I get into your statement, because I definitely know you got something to say, because we're talking about rights and Beyonce and everything. So last week it was a little debacle going on because Beyonce just dropped this Ivy Park collection with Adidas, right? But Popeyes, shout out to Popeyes. Popeyes said we got a little surprise for y'all, and Popeyes popped out with the same collection, but just with the Popeyes logo on it. The same exact collection, just put the Popeyes logo on it. And everybody was saying that Beyonce cannot sue Popeyes for that because it's just the color scheme. It's like a Fashion Nova taking, the same thing, but taking one stripes off the Adidas. They just didn't put the 3-stripe Adidas on there. They only put the 2 stripes on there. That became their uniform, and they sold out. Popeyes sold out within
their uniform.
Yes, they sold out their uniform. It looks just like the Ivy Park collection. Popeyes,
it's cheaper.
So the reason why I put that out there is because when it comes down to making sure you are protecting yourself as a business owner, you got to make sure everything is covered. Yeah. And you also can think about it. That is Popeye's colors. It was the burgundy and orange. It was
technically
she dropped that in their color scheme. So they like, yo, we about to run with it. And they ran with it, sold out. And, Beyonce or Adidas are not able to do anything about it. So the point that I was trying to make simply is just to make sure that you protect yourself as an artist or entrepreneur. But what were you going to say?
You see, you switched it all up on me. 'Cause I was thinking about that too. I was gonna say something about how Drake got Aaliyah samples. Y'all remember when that happened, right? When they like cleared Drake for the Aaliyah. How? Because they didn't even was it R. Kelly? They didn't let R. Kelly even do that.
Thank God.
R. Kelly.
Thank God.
I'm about to say, well, look at the state of R. Kelly now.
Thank God.
Like, let's be real. Like.
But that's what I'm saying. So when it comes down to protecting yourself as a business owner and an entrepreneur, as a musician, I'm not sure how I got to go about it. I'm sure it's so much more. You got to get these ass caps and stuff like that. So I definitely understand it can get crucial at times.
Because I even look at like when I was watching, before I even really got into singing, everybody always told me like the business of it. I'm like, I just want to create. That's what I want to do. I'm a creator. That's what I want to do. But you really have to dissect into the rights of everything, not even just music. Also, the business of your radio show, of your business of my brand. This is my logo. You got to make sure you protect yourself because back in the day, we didn't know as black people. We just knew this is money to get me out the hood. This is the money to get me out the projects. I'm there. You want me to sing? I'm dancing. You want me to do that? Whatever. As long as these checks come in to provide for my family to get out of the hood, I got you. So we didn't even know. We weren't knowledgeable. We didn't read. We didn't read contracts. We didn't ask what is percentage. We didn't say what is okay. This lawyer gets this and also my manager gets this, and then you get your cut. All we saw was a bonus.
Facts.
Not realizing that in the contract, that advance I'm also paying for. So you know what I mean. The prime example is TLC. They were still in the same spot but traveling all the world singing,
doing everything.
but they had no money.
Lil Bow Wow broke.
Lil Bow Wow, they broke down.
Broke.
And that's like, God dang, you gotta go and that. Why you think he acting and doing these little things?
Saying, but
like Romeo,
exactly.
what the him? Like, because they just wanted the money because they knew if we give black people money, they'll dance like a joker. If we give them money, they're going to be like, all right.
And I'm glad you even said that because that brings it all the way back tenfold because that's where we even started with was simply Black History. Like when we were asking, you know, when you think about February, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? And it was Black History and, you know, Valentine's Day. Shout out to Jerron, you know, getting love over there. So that's what we was talking about. So you actually brought it back. So we were simply saying like when it comes down to Black History, what can we do to actually activate, you know, ourselves as far as, you know, pushing past the conversation. Yeah. Because we were talking about how it comes down to just being 1 month of February and we just keep it in February and once the 28 days is over, shout out to 2020, we getting 29. It's a leap year.
Hey, we get a little more.
You know, once these 28, 29 days is over, we don't know, we no longer talk about it.
Too.
But look, we got a month.
We got a month.
Spanish people got Cinco de Mayo and that's it. I'm just saying.
I never thought about that, yo. I never actually put that together. Well, Brian, I want you to jump in on the conversation. You look like you got something to say. Get on the conversation with me. Tell me what you thinking. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I have a number of things that come to mind. So first and foremost, I'm an educator.
Awesome.
So
shout out to all the educators in the building.
Hey, educators.
So I'm thinking about what you're saying, like we confine it to just the month of February, but I also teach at MOTEP. So
I love MOTEP.
Every day, you know, we're talking about Black history. Who has done what in what field? I think about culture. I think about the term that I'm using now in the classroom, Afrofuturism. You know, how do Black people see alternate realities for ourselves? So I'm challenging the students to think about tomorrow in a different way. And I'm also getting them to think about what can they do to affect tomorrow with the talents and skills that they have right now.
Right.
Like how can they see themselves in the tomorrow that they're trying to build? You know, it might be photography. It might be design.
Right.
It might be storytelling. It might be, you know, building on a narrative in some capacity. But figuring out where they fit. So when I think about Black history, like I said, I think about Afrofuturism. I think about getting young people motivated to do things in those years after college, but then also understanding that college may not be for them.
Facts.
So to get them to understand purpose of what that looks like, it's not the traditional route. You know, everybody that's making money right now didn't go to school. Yeah, so it's a hard pill to swallow. You're talking to somebody that went to college.
Most of the 1% didn't go to school.
Huh?
I said most of the 1% didn't attend college.
Absolutely. But, yeah, you all said a number of different things that just came to mind. But I wanted to chime in, too, about the music. And I say swing. Swing was my word. More so, I think like a pendulum. You know what I mean? If you have a playlist and random music plays, you might be down in the dumps. And something like Smile comes on by Kirk Franklin. You like,
that's my song.
Yeah, I was like,
gotta get my life together. So, yeah, it swayed me in the last few months. I know that I was in a particular headspace, and then, you know, this song came on. I was like, oh, I forgot I had that on here. And I was like, oh, I forgot I had this joint on here. Oh, I forgot I had this joint on here. So
that's real.
Now it brought me out of the, like you say, it being traumatic. It traumatically woke me up. You know what I mean? Reactivated my purpose in some capacity.
Shout out to the reactivate.
Yeah, but you said a lot. You know, how do we move past the month agency? How do you get people to activate themselves? You know, like I said, with the young people, if they do photography, they do art, they do film, some type of design work, some type of administrative communicating work. Maybe they procure documents. Getting them to see themselves and know that they're important in tomorrow. So that's it.
I appreciate you though, for real. And
claps on that.
And to just follow up with you on that, we have to show better than we can tell. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these young kids, you know, they want to actually see you do it. They're going to challenge you until they physically see you show up or physically see you do something that you said that I could do. Well, let me see you do it first. You know what I'm saying? So definitely make sure that you're out here being the example and not necessarily just talking, you know, because they hear a lot of people talking. They see a lot of people in their faces. They go to school with a principal, a guidance counselor, and a teacher. So they're having those conversations. But who who is actually activating them to actually do something.
Yeah.
And that's where the push is. It's like, what are we doing to actually push them? But we about to wrap up the conversation. We got about 15 minutes left. I want to go on a little lighter note because I want to touch on what Jerron was talking about love in February and, the whole Valentine's Day thing. And I don't want to get into Valentine's Day because that's super cliche, but just in general, because the movement right now that everyone's talking about is just the LOV word in general, just love. Why you make that face? Why you make that face? You want love, Bria? But yeah, like the movement that everybody's talking right now is just love, surrounded by love. We need to show love. We need to put love in, all of our spaces, and all of our families, different things like that. But when it comes down to love, it's more to love than just showing up. You know what I mean? It's so much more to that. So my question that I wanted to ask you guys, honestly, when it comes down to love, what's more important? Is it the love or is it the security? Shout out to Breezy with Is it the love or is it the security? Like what's more important?
Oh, somebody.
Go ahead, Pearl, since you got the mic in your hand right now.
To me, when I think about love and security, when you said security, it made me think of my father.
Okay.
Because he was the first man that showed me love. Wow. So therefore, I never had to wonder about him.
Facts.
Because I knew he was being upstairs with my mom. Shout out to my parents. They've been married for 40 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
That's
so I'm
big.
excited about that.
Shout out to Black Love.
Black Love. And so with that, to me, I do like love to be shown to me, but knowing that you got me and I got you and we ain't going nowhere is so much more powerful that I'm secure with you. When I'm secure with me, that means I can tell you all my darkest secrets, my hurt, my pain, my worries, and you still will be there.
That's real.
Because there's different, and I always tell people it depends on what you mean by love, because I can love people differently. The same way I love my sister may not be the same way I love my brother. The same way I love my mom is not going to be the same way I love my dad.
Real.
And then, like, I even told one of my exes, he said he loved me. And I said, but you don't know how to love me.
Facts.
You may love me, but you don't know how to love me.
Facts.
And I don't feel secure with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't feel secure with you and I feel like you're going to be with me forever, and no matter what I throw at you, you're still there for me.
Facts.
Security is more important for me.
And I actually was just, watching a video, and shout out to Will Smith. He always trying to put on some education about love and everything. And he was talking about validation, and he was pretty much saying that, it's not your partner's job to validate your feelings. It's not your partner's job to validate your happiness. And that's where it started really triggering me. And I'm like, that's real. Like, that's real. So is the love more important? Is that something that I should be holding on to, or knowing that you're going to hold me down regardless, or knowing that you're going to be there regardless when, them days really come? I know that I can depend on you, because especially as a woman, a black woman, I got a couple syndromes that come with me, and that part of them are being independent. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The independent woman syndrome, right? And when I know that I can have a spouse that is dependable, that's where, you feel the most comfortable, and I feel like security is really big for me right now.
Right,
it's
I'm
really
secure
big.
In my damn self already. Sorry.
Security is really big for me right now. What anybody else love with security? What y'all thinking? Remoose? Let's hear from a brother right quick.
Two things. One, in this day and time, we have an issue with confusing love for lust.
That's
true. One thing. The second is, as far as like security versus love, I personally feel like love is established once you truly and sincerely care for someone. Now, love and perspectives of love and relationships are all relative to each individual, because everybody has different likes, wants, desires, the whole nine. But the first step before any of that can be established is you have to care about the person. You have to care about their well-being. You have to care about, them as a person. Now, again, like I said, there's a difference between love and lust. You can, so for example, like she said, you can have love for your brother, your sister, your mother, but it's different from someone who you want to be in a relationship with, right? Love isn't weak. It's not soft. It's not timid. It's
put your shoes on. You're going to be late for school. Get up, put your clothes on. You're going to be late for work. Did you eat today? Are you resting properly? Did you drink your water? These are things that you say and you do when you actually care about the well-being of the other person. Now, again, with each situation, whether it's your brother, your mother, your family members, friends, what have you, it's different. It's a different level. But nothing can move forward unless you establish that level of concern and care for the other individual.
Can I touch on that a little bit?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Personal
not sorry
opinion.
I did it. I'm trying to learn not to say sorry for stuff I'm not sorry for.
Please don't say sorry.
Apologetic.
But also with the start of everything, I feel like, because some people jump into relationships for validation. Or some people jump in something to say, oh, I'm loved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because even at 31 and in the church, they're like, oh, you don't have a man yet? Oh, my God.
Facts.
Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm good.
Facts.
I'm really good. And I feel like before you get involved in any relationship, you have to be secure and love yourself first.
Come on.
Because if I don't love myself first, I'm either going to be totally obsessed with you. Because my connection with you is loving me.
Facts.
So I'm going to be so about you, like, oh my God, man, you good? You good, honey? You're good? Okay, good. You love me? Cool, awesome. But as soon as that man cheat, you
forgot
are
to tell
done.
me. You forgot the part where they forgot to tell you that they love you. So now you feel like they don't love you no more because they forgot to tell you when they left the house this morning.
It is 5 p.m. You have not said you love me all day. Like, what? But when I figured out how great I am by myself, and how much I love myself. That's why when I even look at somebody for a potential mate, I'm seeing how does he love himself?
Facts.
How does he take care of himself? Is he good? If you got messed up teeth, I'm just like, bruh, I like to take care of my teeth. Let me see what's going on with you. But if I don't love myself inside, does he take time away with his spiritual connection to make sure he's strong? Does he make sure that his family is okay first? Does he make sure that, okay, I'm good and I'm set?
You sound like a woman that knows what you want.
Yeah, like I need to know what you're doing for yourself. Do you have your own business? Okay, cool. What you doing with the community? Cool. Because when you love yourself, then we can be together. But if you're still working on yourself, that's perfectly fine. I will be your best friend and ride with you.
I appreciate you saying that, yo, because a lot of people have that misconception that, you know, as a woman who is out here and we put ourselves on a level where we've been climbing all our lives, and you feel like, or you intimidated by us because we're here, and you're like, well, she's not gonna talk to me because of this, or they're not gonna have this conversation with me because of this. But like, if you're confident enough, it doesn't matter where you are, because eventually we'll be able to identify somewhere, you know, as long as you're not pulling me down in order to get
and
up.
I think that's
that
intimidation sometimes does go into it, because being in, I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm the girl, but you know,
you are the girl.
But sometimes being in stuff in like, it's weird because we was talking about this earlier this week, how kings and queens, and how sometimes kings don't like to ask for advice from the queens. Because they're like, oh, I'm supposed to be the king. I'm the king of the house. I'm the king of the house. Y'all tell me what I do. Yeah, you are the king. But they forget that back in the days when we were back in Africa, we were in the huts together and they were conversing. And the queen made sure the king felt like a king.
Facts.
So when he walked out with the rest of the villagers, he was set, because the queen was like, baby, you're strong, you're good. So when he can come and lay his head on his queen and say, baby, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that, she said, I know, I understand that, baby, but I'm going to put the strength back into you.
Facts.
And that's what it should be, vice versa, period. But before we all get into this whole checks and payroll and society and what we're supposed to be like and what we were supposed to be made like, but we forget that at the end of the day, when we're in by ourselves, we got to be strong first.
It's those damn couple goal hashtags, man.
Yes.
It's them
you know what my hashtag is?
Yo.
Hashtag, I'm my own goal. Forget that. Because everybody's relationship is different. And what you got on here and all these pages with black love and black excellence, which is cool. And I like that. Cool. If I'm featured, cool. Popping. Thank you. But at the end of the day, what's going on in the bedroom? Like, what's going on in our mindset?
I want to ask you, Brian, because both of you, Jerron and Brian, y'all the youngest two in the building right now. Y'all, well, I ain't gonna ask. 21. They came out with it. They the ones that said their age. They said they was 21 and 20. So that's the reason why I'm saying they're the youngest ones right now. So Brian, at 21, Jerron, at 20, Jerron, at 20, when it comes down to love, what is love at a 20-year-old mindset? Like, what is that?
Well, since I'm still young, still learning, still growing, what I do know, and I ask men who are older than me, I ask my mother, my parents, of course, what I do understand about love is that it's boundless, it's limitless. Like, love really doesn't work when you put a restriction on it. The way I see love is that you do have to love yourself first, and you have to be able to bring something for someone to love. What makes a real man, to my understanding, what makes a real man is someone who can provide for their family and not try to take all the light and shine and drain their family and ask and beg from their family. What a real man does is that they're layered as a foundation for their family to build their children and their grandchildren, their future generations. So that's true love, when you're able to push people up instead of having yourself come up first before them.
So that's what you're saying at 20, or that's what your mentors is teaching you?
I'm saying that at 22.
Right.
I mean, at 20.
I'm
saying that as well too.
All right,
but what I've been learning, because I know right now, I'm single right now. So what I've been learning, for me, I have to build me up too. You have to be, in order to be able to have chemistry with people, you do have to have chemistry with yourself first. You have to have completeness, and you're already made whole. And now, in order to have that, because when you're married and in a relationship, you have to give yourself to people now. You got to stop expecting to receive. What are you going to give? Because y'all coming together as two halves now, because you're marrying them. Same way, and
I see marriage I see marriage as a business as well. I don't know if that's because I'm locked in with this business mindset
with money,
of mine,
finances.
But I, when it comes to marriage, it's like, yeah, that's a business. So next, but what are you saying, Brian? What you gonna say?
Everybody has like all these different perspectives and everything. I'm really just like soaking everything up. I got my own. I think the term love or being in love, I think it's all depending on the person. I got my own outlook on it. I know as far as like being in a relationship and everything, I always paid attention to like my parents. My parents been together since they was like 15, 14.
Awesome.
Nice.
They've been married since 04, so it's like 16 years.
That's
so
great.
I always had my view on them. I always knew that I wanted that. I always knew since a little kid, like,
shout out to the examples.
I can't wait until I have a wife and be married, have kids, take care of my family. Like, that was always my outlook on it, and still is. So as far as love, and I think loving people is easy, because as far as that, like with my spirituality in my household, you know, you're supposed to love your neighbor like loving everybody,
regardless.
So I can learn to love y'all easily. Like, I'm feeling good about everybody that's in the room, but I'm not like, I think love and being in love is two different things.
That's
just like
real.
it is like everybody was saying, it depends on the people. You're not gonna love your cousin like you love your girl, or like you love your boyfriend or whoever. So it's
love is an action.
And that's what I want to know too. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is I don't like, what's the definition of love? Is it a noun,
that's
a verb, a feeling?
I was about to say, I ain't even gonna
love
try to answer that question.
Measure.
That's
I think it
you gotta
define.
Everybody has their own definition.
Yeah. It's defined by whoever. I feel like it's a feeling.
I want to touch on that before you go, Ray Moose, but I want to touch on that. When you guys say that, well, everyone is pretty much agreeing that you're not going to love your cousin like you love your spouse or your mom, this, that, and a third. This is me once again just throwing a wrench out there. It's like, you can love them equally. You just will show them love differently. So I do love my mom unconditionally, and I do love my sister unconditionally. And that is like at a level of, ultimate type of love. But I'll show them love differently. You know what I mean? Like when I see my mom, I'm going to run, jump, and hug on her. When I see my sister, I'm going, punch her in the arm like, yo, what's up, sis? That's just a different type of love, but it still was a sign of affection or something.
Right.
So I do believe that we can love people equally. We would just show them affection or, our type of love based on how we love. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel. Love language is a thing, yo. It's real. Like, I can wink at you, and I mean, like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Hey, yo.
Like, what's up?
Thank you for validating my next statement, because I was going to tell the young brother here that, I feel like love is an action. It's what you do. You can talk about it all day long. You can think on it, meditate on it all day long. But if you're not actively moving in that direction, it's like, how does anyone know? You know what I mean? It's like she said,
You can love your girl a certain way. You may not have the best relationships with other people in your family or friends, but that doesn't change you as a person and what the type of love that you have for them.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
What y'all do is different. That's not my business. It's how I choose to carry myself and how I choose to move forward. And my view, regardless of what happens, I'm going to still have love for you because it's not in me to walk around with malice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's real.
But, again, each person and situation varies.
It's different. Yeah, and after this question, we got to wrap up because I want to respect the time.
Right,
Shout out to Trozy once again.
It was for the women in the room. As far as a first date or just dating in general, what would be a typical what would you expect out of a man that somebody wants to be with you, right? And y'all going on your first date. What does that look like? What is the ideal first date to y'all?
That's a good question. And I think that also comes with age too. I think that definitely comes down with age.
I can tell y'all what I did.
What did you do? Did she tell you what she wanted, or you just did your thing?
No, she let me have everything in control.
Okay. Shout out to the smile too, y'all. He with it. He's like, I just went on a date.
All right,
I just did my thing.
Real quick. All right. So I picked her up at the crib. Opened the door for her. Put her in the car. I had flowers for her.
Oh, we got flowers. That's a big one. We got flowers.
I had gifts and things like that. We went to the observation deck downtown. It's 57 floors up. Looked at the city and things like that.
That's cool.
We tried to go ice skating, but it started raining, so we ended up winging it. We went out to eat in Jersey. Then we went to the movies.
That's big.
Huh? No, she was about to cry. She loved it. But.
That's what's up.
It's hard for you to top that, brother. I'm about to say he just made that hard for you to top it. But I do like everything you did. So did she know what we were gonna do? Good. So she likes surprises. I love that. When I first expected, I like stuff out of the ordinary because everybody can always take you to the movies. Everybody always can take you to a restaurant. That's easy. And it's different levels to me because as of I'm 31 now, so it's like I go to movies if you want me to.
That's what I said. It comes with age, for real.
My first date, I love that. It probably seems weird because it's not like as great as that, but even though I loved it, take me to a coffee shop. Let's talk.
Simple.
Something easy. I want to know what you about. Let me just talk to you in a coffee shop. It can be, and not like a regular like Starbucks. Take me to something that's like on Germantown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's not regular franchise stuff. You know what I mean? And for me, it's not just the date, it's after the date. It's, did you text me to see that I get home safe? Did you wake me up in the morning? Good morning text. I'm just thinking of you. It's the small things. And open up the door, because I will stop in front of a door and be like, I will not get out the car until you open the door. That's the little things that my dad has taught me too. That's like, you can give me all the money in the world, but to me, it's time and attention.
Facts.
And that's great. So keep with the flowers, but those little things that be like, Pop is an OG, ain't he?
Facts.
Pop is an OG.
Oh yeah, he an OG.
I was gonna say you gotta.
How you gonna jump in? It's for the ladies, man.
I know.
For the ladies.
But you talk about love. I'm new to love, like complete love, because I made a baby out of love. You know what I mean? I'm a year in right now, so like you got to do things that she will remember forever. You feel me? Like, I understand, you know what I'm saying, your first date and everything that y'all went on, it was great. You know what I mean? But like, if her birthday pop up, instead of buying her something materialistic, make her something. She's not gonna want to throw it away. Period. You know what I mean? And it's for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody else got it. Yeah, like.
About how much you care
Have been talking to the mic for me.
About her, that will change her whole day. I'm telling you, if I get a letter from somebody that I'm seeing and they just writing down everything I like about you, I miss you, just little thoughtful notes, that's going to change her whole day. It's going to change her whole outlook on you because she's going to see how much you care about her. When we go on dates and things,
well, I'm not going to say all women. Me personally, I look for time. I want your time. I want communication during the date. Don't be looking at your phone. Don't be worried about everybody else. I want to know that you're into me, and I want you to be thoughtful about it.
Facts.
Be thoughtful about the conversation. I want you to know that you're into me. If you show her that, it's nothing bad is going to come from it. Like, that's all you need. That's it. It's just the little things. Remember, it's always little things for females because we remember that more than materialistic things. You can write a letter and put a cute little Pandora necklace on it or whatever, and we're going to take that and remember that and cherish the letter and all of that instead of you going out to go buy this extravagant materialistic thing. Like, it's not, well, I'm not going to say the gold diggers because, you know, the gold diggers but most real women, they care about the thoughtful things. Always stay thoughtful and stay true, because if you're yourself and you put that out and show her, then that's what's going to get you far.
Facts.
It doesn't have to be a holiday or birthday. Just
Rhea, what's your date? What's your date? Why you got the mic holding for? What's your date?
I don't know.
What's your typical date? Where you want to be winding down at? And Rhea expensive, y'all. Don't let her fool you.
I'm basic. I'm really simple though. Like, I really am. Am I? Nah, listen, I don't know. Like, you
my simple.
You trying to catch me off the rip? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, think about this. I'm really basic though. Like, I just like to be thought about and appreciated. So that's
shit.
it.
We could go on a picnic.
Facts. And that was actually going to be mine too. Paintballing? That would be fun, yo. That's my type of date, for real. I be with that. Passing the mic, he always trying to talk out the mic, yo. We gotta get into the mic. Gotta get into the mic, yo.
Sometimes you just gotta get somebody out their comfort zone. Sometimes
that's real.
They never done it before. Like, we going paintball and shit. Like,
that's real.
I didn't even tell her. We just pulled up, and it was just like, oh, what we about to do? Like, we about to learn how to shoot.
I don't think you should ever tell.
That's real.
I don't think you should ever tell.
No, because I had to,
because you never know.
Yeah, I had to give her like a little.
You
like,
give a ballpark.
You don't got to get all glammed up.
That's true too. Yeah, dress warm.
I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna tell you, like, yeah, it's this type of situation. So put your shoes on.
Facts.
Yeah, we had, and I'm not gonna lie, like, it was fun.
That's what's up. Like, I like that idea. I definitely like that idea.
Did not expect, like, it's just completely different. It's like,
I like that. Breezy, I want to get you because you know what I'm saying.
I want to know how the next guy going to do for her, because it's like, how you going to wow her now? Like, you know what I mean?
What you say, Breezy? What's your type of date?
I just like thought being put into anything that a man does. Like, as long as I know that I want to know that you listen to me. Like, what do I like? What I enjoy? Like, that is what matters to me. And I'm a simple person too. Like, you can take me to a bookstore. I'll go in there like a candy shop. Like, just little stuff. You know?
I want you on that. Yo.
Yeah. Oh, and if a man don't read, you're not for me.
I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. And I actually had time.
If you go and say, what is fiction? I'm going to be mad.
What is fiction? Yeah.
This date right now, it never happened. It never happened.
This date never happened.
This date never happened. But I was going to say, just to wrap it up, I was going to say simply because I actually had time to think about it. Right now, because of where I'm at, I actually want to go to the grocery store, and not saying like I want you to take me to the grocery store because I want you to cook for me or because I want you to pay for my groceries, but I just simply want to know what you're going to put in the basket. You know what I mean? I've been judging a lot of people off of what they eat, but I've already been, having conversations with them and been out, and the next we get to the table and you ordering, you know what I'm saying, a double bacon burger with cheese, and I'm like, yeah, so check. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm not with it. Like, if you eat pork, you eat beef, like, I simply don't want it. Because that injects into me, so I'm just not with it,
Yeah, you really been hating on my cheese fries.
Yeah, so I can't do the dairies. I can't do none of that. So it's definitely like, what's in your cart for me? So let's go to the grocery store. I'm going to get my cart. You get your cart. We're going to meet at the register and see what you got. For real. But, Neems, we got to wrap up, though. Neems, grab a mic. We got to wrap up. Tell the people once again how they can find you, how they can stay locked, especially with the Parlor and everything like that.
So,
hold on, Ray Moose. Let's wrap up real quick.
Once again, my name is Neems. I go by Mindless Neems. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, On Instagram is MNDLESS_NEEMZ. I'm one of the barbers here at the Art Lair, and I also do a bunch of creative things. You know, I'm a creator, so that's why we here, because we all creating tomorrow. You feel me?
Yes, man. Definitely. I appreciate you, Neems. I appreciate, the Art Layer. I appreciate Trozy definitely for supporting us here at Revive Radio, allowing us to have this space, for this conversation. I appreciate everybody who came through, you know what I mean, supporting us here at Revive Radio. Today, once again, is our 3-year anniversary. So you guys celebrated with us and supported today. So I definitely appreciate you guys, truly. And that's what this is all about. Me and Neems, we met one day, and from one day we created 2 amazing events, 2 amazing environments that is ongoing and something that we want to keep going. So definitely stay locked for the next one, because we're going to keep these barbershops going in 2020, barbershop talks going in 2020, because this is where we can get, this intimate conversation going for people to really know what's up, what we think. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about current events or trending topics. It can be about everyday life and what we want to talk about. You know what I mean? People really just want an outlet to get things off their chest. So this is what it's all about. So I truly appreciate you guys for keeping Revive alive. If you're listening every morning, turn your radios up, starting at 7 a.m. We'll be back tomorrow. 3 years in the game. I appreciate you guys, man. It's a wrap. I appreciate you. Thank you. We out.
Y'all already know what it is. Sound of Philly, King of Hooks, the baddest soulful singer walking, the one and only Corey Williams, and you're tuned in live with Revive Radio. Let's go!